Hi guys, I'm Jess and welcome back to Magical Mischief. Today we are starting a brand new series on this channel, and this series is a favourites series. In this series I'm going to be showing you all things Harry Potter, Marvel and Disney that are my favourites. So Funko favourites, favourite collectibles. And I thought we would start this series by talking about my overall Marvel favourites that I have. So I've been writing a list down here in my notebook that I can refer back to as I talk to you guys about all my different favourites. So I thought I would start with Marvel because I absolutely love Marvel. I was introduced to Marvel by one of my bestest friends. He made me watch Avengers Assemble and I was hooked. Let me tell you, I thought it was absolutely amazing. Such an amazing movie, and I have been absolutely hooked ever since. Now, out of all the characters in Marvel and all the superheroes, I have two favourites. The amount of favourites that I have in Marvel is absolutely massive. So I thought I would only just list two today so this video doesn't go on for ages and ages and ages. But one of my all-time favourites is SpiderMan. Now, when I say SpiderMan, I mean the Tom Holland SpiderMan. I, being completely honest with you, wasn't a massive fan of SpiderMan at all. And then Tom Holland came along and I was hooked. I absolutely love Spider-Man. I am also a big Tom Holland fan. Absolutely love him. He is one of my favourite actors. I think he is a super actor and he plays Spider-Man really well. His acting, I think, is just absolutely top notch. He will always be at the or close to the top of my list, and he is always the one that I will gravitate towards as a Marvel movie to go and watch. I absolutely love him. I just love the character. I at first did think Spider-Man, seeing him in Civil War, I thought, oh my goodness, he is so chatty. But then if you compare him to Deadpool, he's not that bad. Deadpool can chat for England. Like, I just absolutely love Spider-Man. Now, another favourite of mine, which is probably my all-time favourite, and that is StarLord. I absolutely love StarLord, and I can say I probably can relate to StarLord quite a lot. As we know from Guardians of the Galaxy 2, he had some real issues with his dad, and his relationship with his real dad or birth father is not the greatest in the slightest. And I have to say that I can relate to that without going into loads and loads of detail, because that stuff is very personal and very private. But I can completely relate to that and understand why he would react the way he does and do some of the things he did, because his dad was not the nicest of people, especially considering what his dad did to his mum. I also can relate to StarLord because StarLord has always got his headphones in, he's listening to his music, he's dancing away. And at university, that was me, and it still is me. When I'm walking down to town to go to a shop, I've got my headphones in, I'm dancing down the road, no care in the world whatsoever. And that really, when I do that, reminds me of him and makes me think of him. Now, I have to be completely honest with you, another reason why I absolutely love StarLord is because I love the actor Chris Pratt. I think Chris Pratt is so talented and so amazing. He is the perfect actor to play StarLord. No one could replace him. And the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are in my top 5 of Marvel movies. Now, out of all the Marvel characters, I do have a favourite villain. Whether now you can class him as a villain, I don't completely know. So let me know down below your thoughts on that. But my favourite villain, or who was a villain in the beginning, was Loki. I absolutely love Loki. Just the way Tom Hiddleston portrays him is absolutely amazing. Like, I think he is just such an amazing actor. The charisma he brings to that role, that sort of wittiness, that slyness, and I would say like the smugness as well. I think he just, no one could play Loki the way he plays Loki, and that is my true honest opinion. And I do love the fact that as a character throughout the Avengers movies and Marvel movies, he has had growth and that he has changed as a person and become good, and is now the type of person that will stand by his brother's side and will protect his brother at all costs. I think that is just really lovely. So out of all the movies, I have 2 all-time favourites. Now, one of my all-time favourites is definitely Avengers Endgame. I was very unsure how Marvel were going to top that movie, to be quite honest with you, because with the way that film was created and produced, you could have ended the MCU there if you wanted to. Obviously Marvel were not going to, but you could have ended it there if you wanted to, because that film was outstanding. Just the quality of acting, the storyline, the action. I mean, it had everything you could ever want in an Avengers movie and more. And I think the follow-on movie from that, SpiderMan Far From Home, was absolutely amazing as well. It was a really nice follow-on, considering, spoiler alert, Tony Stark dying. I think it was so poignant and so right for them to just follow on with Far From Home and get Spider-Man's perspective on things after he had gone, and the growth and Spider-Man learning and understanding that because he was here and because he was doing the things he was doing, Spider-Man felt comfortable, not Spider-Man, Iron Man felt comfortable to do what he did because he trusted that there'd be someone loyal enough and amazing enough to take his place. And I just think that is a really poignant part of Spider-Man Far From Home and part of the reason that the movie is so amazing. You're also in Spider-Man Far From Home introduced to a new villain, Mysterio, which I have to say I did quite like, but in some senses he was a bit annoying and a bit arrogant, but then I have to say most villains are, because even if you look at Thanos, he was arrogant, he was full of himself, he only cared about himself, and that's usually the trait of most villains. It is very stereotypical, so I wouldn't expect any different. Now, after Endgame, as we know, they started to bring out different TV series on Disney Plus for different characters. And my favourite out of the series that have been out that I have watched was Falcon and Winter Soldier. I thought that was absolutely amazing. It had just as much action, I thought, as a Marvel movie itself. And I think it was a nice follow-on from what happened in Endgame with the things that happened to Captain America at the end of Endgame. It was a really nice follow-on. And I have to say, Falcon, I think, was the perfect person to become the next Captain America. And I do have to say, if he hadn't taken on that role, I do think it should have been Bucky, but that's my personal opinion. The one thing I do have to say about Falcon and Winter Soldier, though, that I could not stand very, very much was John Walker. I mean, what is it with him? Like, he was not supposed to be a villain, but he had all the traits of a villain. He was arrogant, he was self-centered, he was up himself. Like, he was he did not suit being Captain America, because to be Captain America, you have to care about people and your country and want to protect people, but also you want to be a good role model to young children. And even though as Captain America you are there to protect people, as Captain America it is also important that I think that you show children violence doesn't solve everything. And that when there is an issue or when your mate gets killed, you find the proper way to go about it instead of deciding I'm going to go and kill the person that just killed my mate, because actually that doesn't solve anything. You're then just going round in circles and circles killing different people, and that doesn't solve your problem. It just creates more issues, not just because of what's going on and what you were fighting for. It also creates issues for yourself, and what's the point in doing that? He, I think, is one of the Marvel characters that I cannot stand and I cannot get on with. But with the way that actor played him, you can tell that acting was really, really good. Because he plays it that way on purpose, because you're not supposed to like him. Now, I before I get into some of my collectible favourites that I want to show you, I would just like to give an honourable mention in this video to one of my other movie faves, and that is Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. After Endgame, you think, how are the MCU going to top that? Like, just how are they going to top what they did? And then they bring out Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings, this kung fu mixed with superheroes sort of movie. It is one of the best Marvel films I have seen in a long time. If you haven't watched it and you are a Marvel fan and a superhero fan, I recommend you go and see it. The acting is top quality. There's humour in it. There is so much action, and the action is completely different to what you would expect based on the Marvel movies you have seen previously, because the action is very style kung fu. It's very Jackie Chan style, and it's all of that mixed with superheroes, and it's going to obviously then interlink into the MCU, and I can't wait to find out how it links and all. That is just going to be absolutely amazing. So out of my collectible favourites, I have got 4 to show you. Now I'm going to start my collectible favourites with some Funkos. Now this Funko is a Deadpool Funko. Now I love of Marvel Funkos collecting these Deadpool ones. I think they are absolutely hilarious. This one was brought for me as a either birthday or Christmas present from my best friend Charlie. Shout out to Charlie, he has such good taste in present giving. This one is just amazing. I absolutely love it because Deadpool here is in his dressing gown, unicorn slippers. He's carrying like his cuddly toy there. It is just so funny. These are all the other ones in the set that you can collect. Out of this set, the only other one I'm interested in is getting the Wizard Deadpool. But I would really like to, out of some of the other Deadpool series of pops that you can get, I would like to get Bath Time Deadpool. Now, as you know from the videos you've seen on this channel, as well as big Funkos, I like to open and collect mystery minis. And my favourite Marvel mystery mini is this SpiderMan mystery mini. Now, I love it because SpiderMan is my all-time, or one of my all-time favourite superheroes, as I mentioned earlier in the video. He is from an unboxing I did on the channel, so I'll link that up above for you guys so you can check it out. But I just love him. I love the stance that he's in, and he's in his suit after Endgame. It is just absolutely amazing. My only negative about this mystery mini and all Marvel mystery minis is they are bobbleheads. I don't understand why they are bobbleheads, but we cope. It was obviously a creative decision. Now, the next Marvel favourite that I'm going to show you is a collectible key. Now, this is the collectible key for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I love it because it's got Groot on it and some other Guardians characters. There we are, and it says "We are Groot" on it. It is just absolutely amazing. These I think are really good quality, and I'm going to turn this one, I think, into a Christmas decoration. They are just absolutely amazing. I did also unbox this on the channel, so I'll link that video up above for you guys to go check out. Now, my last collectible I'm going to show you, and I'm going to try and be quick because this video is getting quite long, is my handbag. Now, this is my Loungefly bag. Now, this one is a bit battered and tattered because I have had it for a while, but I absolutely love it. It is my SpiderMan bag. And it's got this lovely blue back with these black handles, blue side pockets, and then on the front you've obviously got his suit there. And it's got this, I would say, silver or gunmetal hardware. Now, I have taken everything out of this bag so I can show you what the lining looks like. But the lining of this bag is very, very simple. It is just grey and white stripes. But I absolutely love this bag. As you can tell from the bottom of the bag, it is a little bit tattered. I do have a new bag on the way, which I will be reviewing on this channel. But I love Loungefly bags. They are such good quality. This bag has lasted me for, I think, over 2 years. They are such good quality and absolutely amazing size to travel to the parks. I did want to, when purchasing a bag, buy myself a new Marvel bag, but I decided to go for a Disney one instead. But you will find out all about that when I do my review on the bag when it eventually turns up. So please let me know in the comments down below all your Marvel favourites. I would love to hear them. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe down below and turn on that notification bell so you're notified when more magical mischief is coming your way. There will definitely be more favourites videos like this coming very soon. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and I will see you very soon. Bye guys!